Let us continue the class, and in today's class we'll see the house property is used for business purpose, business or profession. Okay, so he is using the business property for commercial purpose, for business and all. So whenever any house property is used for business or profession, that will not come under income from house property. Okay, so this will go for PGBP, profit and gains from business and profession chapter will do separately. In that we'll understand if any house property is used for business purpose, how to do calculation. Well, we'll see in that chapter, not in this chapter. So whenever a property is used for business and professional purpose, in that case income from house property will be nil. So there will be no GAV, no NAV and no income from house property. Whenever in the problem it mentions the house property is used for business and personal purpose, professional purpose, in that case the income from house property will be nil. Okay, let us explain this with an example. Let us assume, say this is a house property. The house property, the entire house property is using for business purpose. Okay, this house is used for, the house property is used entire for business purpose. So what income from house property, what government is saying, the government is saying whenever the house is used for business or profession purpose, business we know, okay, profession means he is a doctor, advocate or a chartered accountant. Okay, if he is using that business purpose, okay, for professional purpose, in that case he is saying, government is saying the house property will not go in house property chapter. Okay, this will go in PGBP chapter. PGBP means profit and gains from business and profession. So in this chapter we will not do the calculation of income or computation of income from house property if the property is used for business or professional purpose. So we are saying in this chapter the business and any house property is used for business purpose, that the income will be nil. Okay, so one thing is clear, whenever the house property is used for business purpose, in that case we can say that easily the house property income is nil. Like this, nil we have to write. Okay, now next what we are doing. So what we are doing, partly used for business or profession purpose, partly used for employee purpose. Let us assume this is a house property. Okay, and there are two parts. Okay, two partitions, one portion, second portion. So this is portion 1. This is a roadside portion. Here what he is doing, he is running a business. Okay, and behind this business, this shop, behind this portion, this is take portion 1 and this is portion 2. What is happening here? Here employees are staying. Okay, so one portion the business, one portion the owner is doing business, that is roadside. This is a shutter. In the shutter he is doing business, and behind that he is giving place for the employees to stay. Okay, so in that case also the entire property used for business purpose. So the government is saying again, so we will consider the entire property is used for business purpose. Easy, right? Mr. X is the owner of this property. What he is doing, he is dividing the property into two parts. First portion is using for business purpose and second portion is giving for the employees to stay. So in that case government is saying the entire business, the entire property is using for business purpose because the employees are working in this business. Okay, so here also we can say business purpose. Any employee, manager or any staff member, the business X is giving the person who is working in the business, and if he is giving them residence, that will be called as business purpose only. Okay, so first we have seen the property is used for business purpose or professional purpose. The government is saying the income from house property is nil. Okay, don't see this PGBP, we'll see the PGBP when we do the chapter. In this chapter we can say the income from business property, house property will be nil. And when the same owner is using the business property for business purpose, house property for business purpose and for employees, then the government is saying the entire portion which is using will be called as for business purpose. Okay, here we have no issues, here also we have no issues, but the actual problem starts when the owner of the property, this is the owner of the property. Okay, this we have seen in most of the cases Marwadis. What the Marwadi people will do, okay, what they will do, they'll do business in one portion they will stay. Okay, they are not giving place to the staff members. Take example, this is ground floor. So ground floor, what they are doing, they have started a kirana shop. Okay, a Marwadi, what he is doing, he is using the business, this ground floor for business purpose. Okay, kirana shop he has started, and the portion is first floor portion he is using for self-occupied. He is staying in the property, residential purpose. Okay, now try to understand here that ground floor is used for kirana shop and the first floor is used for self-occupied, means he is staying. So this Marwadi is staying in this first floor and the ground floor is doing business. Okay, so the government is saying the portion which he is staying in which he is doing business and in the same place he is using for residential purpose, in that case government is saying deemed to be let out. So government is saying this will not be called as self-occupied, this will be called as deemed to be let out. Okay, so in the previous video I explained to you what is the meaning of deemed to be let out. Okay, so two portions. Okay, either he can use the business this property for business purpose or for self-occupied, but what he is doing, he is using the business this premises for the two purpose. One for giving on using for business, other is what, staying in the house. So this staying of house will be, government is saying will not give two deductions here, two things, there will be no income. The government is saying one portion will be considered as deemed to be let out. Okay, so this deemed to be let out, we have to do calculation based on deemed to be let out. The self-occupied will not be considered, and the government is saying so you have to pay tax on this this property which you are staying in that house. Okay, so why government is saying, because he is using for two purpose. One is he is staying one, and other is what he is giving using for business purpose. In that case government is saying no, we will consider this self-occupied portion as deemed to be let out portion. Okay, simple, right? It's very easy. So we have problems on this. So we know how to do calculation of let out property, we know how to do let out property, and we know self-occupied also. Okay, let us do one problem on this. It's very easy. So first we have seen, if any person, any property owner using the the house property for business or professional purpose, in that case we can directly say income from house property is nil, directly write. Do not consider, he will give MRV, FRV, municipal taxes in question, everything will be given. Just you have to write income from house property is nil. And if the same property is used for employees purpose and business purpose, in that case also this property will be considered as nil. Income from house property will be considered as nil. And actual problem starts here. If the owner of the house property, example of given Marwadi is, what they are doing a business in one property, in the same property they are staying. Ground floor is doing business, first floor he is staying. So government is saying in which he is staying, that will not be considered as self-occupied, that will be considered as deemed to be let out. So we know deemed to be let out means we have to do calculation based on let out. So earlier problem we have done. Like that we have to do deemed to be let out. Okay, let us do one problem. So let us do simple problem 1 first, page number 197, problem number 11. So what is saying in 11 problem, see. Below given are the particulars of Mr. Alok's house property. Compute income from house property. Okay, so he is having three houses: house 1, house B, house C. So house A, house B and house C, three houses he is having. So first house, what he has done, see, first house he has given here let out, he is giving the property and let out. So we know house 1 we have to do calculation based on let out, and second house he is using for business purpose half, and business half he is using for manager. So he is giving to the manager. Okay, let out means given to the manager. So we have to consider this house B is given completely used for business purpose. Okay, so we can consider this house property, house B, is using for business purpose entirely. So in that case there will be nil, no house income from house property will be nil, because this will go to the chapter called PGBP. There we'll see how to do calculation of PGBP. Okay, house C, what is happening? House C self-occupied, he is staying in the house. It's very easy. House 1 is let out, house 2 is business, nil, income from business will be nil, house property will be nil. House 3 is what? Self-occupied. We can easily do calculation of house self-occupied. Okay, in self-occupied house property there will be no GAV, no municipal taxes, no NAV, no standard deduction, only interest on loan we have to give post and pre, and we have to see for pre-construction interest date also important. Okay, so let us start solving the problem. Before start solving problem, let us read the question. So house bar A is let out, so ARV, MRV, FRV, standard rent, actual rent is given. Okay, municipal taxes due, do not consider. Okay, next is what? Date of construction is given. Municipal tax is due is for all the 3 houses, do not consider. Date of construction is given 2010, it is given for pre-construction, don't consider. 2011, don't consider. 2016 you have to consider here. So in house A and house B will not do any calculation, we can directly say it is nil. House A and house C calculation only we have to do. In house A calculation we cannot take pre-construction interest because this is what 2010, so we cannot take, and house 3 we can take because the date of construction is 1/10/2016. Next, pre-construction interest we will see. Collection charges will not take, annual charges should not take, education charges we can take because this is also a tax which is paid to the government. Okay, so we have to solve the problem. In this problem we have to do calculation only of house A and house C. House B we have to say that it is used for business purpose, all the income from house property will be nil. Let us start doing problem. House A will do first. So house A we have to do let out portion. So we know how to do let out. So the format is, we know the format also. So let me solve this problem. Computation of income from house property of Mr. Alok for house A for the AY 2020 and 2021. Okay, so we know the format. First we have to find out gross annual value. First is gross annual value, then we write municipal taxes, then we write education cess is there, then we get net annual value. Okay, what we do next? Deductions under section 24. First is standard deduction. At the rate 30% of NAV. Then we get interest on loan. We have first post interest, next is pre interest. Okay, then we get what? Income or loss from house property. Okay, so house 1, first we have written the entire format. So first we have to find out GAV, computation of gross annual value. Okay, we know how to do gross annual value. Step 1, ERV we have to find out. How do we find out ERV? MRV or FRV, whichever high will be considered as ERV. Okay, so MRV first house is 60,000 house and FRV is 80,000. So MRV is 60, FRV is 80, higher is 80,000. Next is what? Adjusted ERV. How to do adjusted ERV? ERV or standard rent, whichever is low. So this is 80. Standard rent is how much? 75,000. So low is 75,000. Next is what? GAV. GAV, how to find out? Adjusted ERV, that is 75,000. and ARV, whichever is high. How much is ARV? ARV is 90,000. So high is 90, so GAV is 90,000. GAV is 90,000. So we have taken GAV of first house is 90,000. So I can write here GAV 90,000. Municipal taxes we should not take because it is due. Due items we should not take. So municipal taxes is due. Don't consider nil. Education cess we are having. How much is education cess? 4,000 education cess. So I can write education cess here. Deduct from 96 you take 90 you deduct 4,000 you will get 86,000. Okay. On this 86,000 that is NAV. 86,000 into 30% you do. You get 17,200. So 30% of 86,000. So you are getting 17,200. So write 17,200 here. Then interest on loan. We have two types of interest on loan. One is pre and one is post. So pre, how much we are having here? First see post. Post is 10,000. Pre is 15 because we will not take pre because this is on 2010. So this is how much? Post construction is 10,000. So I am writing 10,000. Pre nil. Now deduct 86,000 minus 17,200 minus 10,000. Getting 58,000. You should not deduct municipal tax because it is due. Yes, right. Get out. Let me see here. 86 into 30%. 25,800. The calculation is wrong here. See 25,800. 25,800. So 86,000 into 30%. 86,000 into 30%. Yes. From 86,000 deduct 25,800 minus 10,000 you deduct. You get 50,200 income from house property. So income from house property that is let out, you are getting how much? 50,200. So this is let out portion. Okay. So this is house 1, house A. Now we have to do house B. House B is nil. Why it is nil? Because this is used for business purpose. So let me write here conclusion. Income from house B will be nil because the house property is used for business purpose. Okay, now we have to do house 3. So computation of income from house property of Mr. Alok for house B, house C. This is self-occupied. House C that is self-occupied for the AY 2020 and 21. Okay. So you know the format, we have tried the format, but format gross annual value will be nil. For self-occupied property, gross annual will be nil. Municipal taxes also nil. Nil. Net annual value will also be nil. Okay. Next is what? Standard deduction. That is also nil. Okay. Next is what? Interest on loan we can consider. One is post. Post interest is there. How much is post interest? Interest on loan is 4,000. This is loss. Pre also there. We can take pre Why we can take pre means because the date of construction is 2016. So 40,000 divided by 5. Can take 8,000. So this is negative. Loss from house property. It's easy. Okay, it's very easy. See what we have done. House A, what we have done. House B, we have done calculation based on let out. So we have done house A calculation based on let out. See here, house A, we have done let out. So let out, we may get income or loss, but we are getting here income. So I have written here income from house property 50,200. House B is completely used for business purpose. He is giving half for business, half for manager. Means what? We can take directly as we can write entire portion is used for business purpose. So there will be no income from house property. B. And house C is what? Self-occupied. House C is what? Self-occupied. So self-occupied property will be loss. So there will be always loss for self-occupied property. Okay? Give me 2 minutes. Okay? Give me a minute. Sorry for the disturbance. So let us continue. One more problem. This is a problem. See, when you see the problem, you may get scared. Don't get scared. It's very easy. See, in this he is giving 4 houses. It's very easy to solve. Okay, like this could be asked in exam. So last exam he asked like this. It's very easy. See, what students will do, they see the question and they get scared. It's very easy to solve. See what he's saying. Ram furnishes the following particulars of his properties. Compute income from house property for the AY 2020-2021. So he's having 4 houses. One house is self-occupied. First is let out. Second is self-occupied. So this calculation is very easy. House 1 we know. House 2 also we know. Okay, in this you have to consider date of construction in the both houses. See, date of construction is given 2011. Don't consider, this is 2016. So you can consider pre-construction interest. Okay, and see the house 3. What is happening in house 3? He is using 1/4 portion for business and 3/4 portion to the manager. So he is giving the house property to the manager, means employee he is giving. So in this case, house 3, there will be no income from house property. So we have seen, right? Some portion is using for business and some portion is using for business manager or employee. So in that case, we can say that house 3 income is also nil. Income is nil. So we can directly say that this house 3 there will be no income from house property, because this is business. This will go to PGBP chapter. And which chapter we are doing? We are doing a house property chapter. So in this chapter we will not do the calculation of house 3. We'll say the income from house 3 will be nil. And house 4, you see, this is new. What is doing? Half is using for self-occupied, half is using for business purpose. I have written here, right? Somewhere I have written. So this is the thing we have to understand. This is the last concept we have to understand in the chapter. What we are saying, partly used for business or profession and partly used for self-occupied portion. Self-occupied. So what we are saying, if there is a house property, he is using for business purpose and half is using for self-occupied, the government is saying the self-occupied will not be considered as self-occupied, that will be considered as deemed to be let out. Okay, so we have to do calculation based on let out. So this fourth one is also easy. What we have to do, 50 half is saying, half we have to do, we have to take half of this GAV, we have to take everything, we have to take half of. So I'll explain this for house 4. So house 1, house 2 is very easy. House 3 will be no income. House 4 we have to do the calculation. Okay, see the question. When you see the question, you will get scared. Amma, this much big question, how to solve it? It's very easy to solve. Just you have to know the concept. Okay, so we know how to solve the problem. It's very easy to solve. House 1 self or let out. So you know all the rules how to find let out portion income. Self occupied we know. Okay, house 3 is there is no income. House 4 you have to do. That is you have to do everything. You have to take half. Okay, let me explain. So first we'll do house 1 property calculations. So page number is 186, sorry 198, problem number 13. 198, problem number 13 we are doing. Problem number 13. Okay, so let us do first computation of, let me write headings. Headings are you have to write, this is very important. Headings, if you don't write heading, they'll cut you a half mark, or 1 mark they'll cut. Computation of income from house property of Mr. Ram of house 1 is given for the AY 2020 and 21. Okay, so let out portion, this is a let out portion. He is saying in the question this is a let out portion. So we are doing let out. Okay, so we know what to write. First we'll write the entire format: gross annual value less municipal taxes. Then any cess is there? Yes, cess is there. Library cess. You can consider this. You get net annual value. Any tax which is paid to the government, this cess is also tax. Okay, net annual value. Then we get deductions under section 24. First is standard deduction at the rate 30% of NAV, whatever the amount that we get, we write here. Then what? Interest on loan. So we are having two types of interest. One is post interest, one is pre interest. Whatever we get that what? Income or loss. So let me read the question first. I have not read the question, right? See, house 1 is given municipal MRV, FRV, rent received. See, house 1 only they are having house rent received. Okay, and for house business purpose which is using, that are using rent received. Rent is why they are giving, because they are giving the house to the manager. Okay, so that's why they are receiving rent, but we do not consider this here. This will go to PGPP chapter. Chali. So nature of use is given, municipal taxes is given, library cess is given, interest on loan is given, pre-construction interest is given, date is given, land revenue and ground rent. We know this, but we'll ignore this land revenue and ground rent. Okay, so what he is saying here again, all the houses is given, and what he is saying here, see, this is important. Municipal taxes of house 1 are paid by tenants. If any tax is paid by the tenant, that is ignored. So house 1 municipal tax is paid by the tenant. This municipal tax 8,000 is paid by tenant. Whenever it is paid by tenant, you have to ignore. And that of house 4 are still outstanding. House 4 is still outstanding means we should not consider. We are saying that municipal taxes should be paid by owner. Okay. In house 4, it will be paid by owner, but it is what? Outstanding. Outstanding should not be considered. So municipal taxes twist is in house 1 and house 4. House 1, what is saying? House 1 is paid by the tenant. And house 4 is what? Outstanding. So both house 1 and house 4 we should not take municipal taxes. Okay, chali, let us solve. So we have to find out in house 1 GAV. So house 1 GAV, how to find out? So first step is what? Computation of GAV. Let me write heading here. I'll write computation of GAV, gross annual value. Step 1 we know what to do, MRV or FRV, whichever is high. So house 1 MRV is how much? 80,000, 90,000. MRV is 80, FRV is 90,000. So highest is what? 90. So we got ERV as 90,000. Okay. Step 2 is what? Adjusted ERV. How to find out ERV or standard rent? ERV is how much? 90,000. Standard rent is how much is given? Standard rent is not given, so don't write directly nil. So low means what? Low is nil. Okay. Step 3. What is step 3? Adjusted ERV or ARV. This is nil. ARV is given how much? 1,20,000. So 1,20,000 will be GAV. Got it right? Very easy. I applied the same concept. High, low, high. Okay. So I got GAV as 1,20,000. And in a house one, we should not take municipal taxes. It is paid by the tenant. So this will be nil. And education cess is given. How much is education cess? Library cess, sorry. 4,000 I have taken. So I'll get 1,16,000. From 1,20,000 you deduct 4,000, you'll get 1,16,000 as net annual value. So standard deduction will be 30% of NAV. So 1,16,000, 30%. We are getting 34,800. Interest on loan we are having two. One is pre-construction, one is post-construction. Pre is 15,000, date is 11. You should not consider this pre. You can take post how much? 3,000. Okay. So let me write here income from house property. So 1,16,000 minus 34,800 minus 3,000. I'm getting 78,200 as income from house property of house A. House 1. So house 1 income from house property is 78,200. So this is same, already we have done many problems on this. So next we'll do house 2 now. What is house 2? House 2 is self-occupied. So I'll write here computation of income from house property of same heading. I'll write computation of income from house property of Mr. Ram for the AY 2020-21. And which property is this? This is self-occupied. Okay. And self-occupied property, we know everything will be nil. So GAV in self-occupied property will be nil. Municipal taxes also be nil. I am writing shortcut. Municipal taxes also nil. NAV is also nil. Okay. Now from here onwards, this is important. Deductions is also nil under section 24. Standard deduction is also nil. Only one interest deduction is given, that is interest on loan. Okay. Interest on loan is what? We have two types of interest on loan. One is pre and one is post. So pre is how much? Post is 8,000, I can take directly. Pre is 2016, we can take. We can take this. So I am writing here. Post is 8,000 and pre is 20,000 divided by 5. You get 4,000. So this two, you add 12,000, you are getting loss. Loss from HP. This pre, you know, this we have done many times. That's why I'm not explaining. So we are getting directly income loss from house property, 12,000. Whenever you get, you stay in that house property, self-occupied, there will be always loss, 12,000. Okay. So we have done house 2 now. House 3 we know there will be no income. Why no income? Because that house is used for business purpose. Okay. So I'm not writing here. Next house 4 I'm doing. So house 4 I'm writing what? Computation of income from house property income from house property of Mr. Ram for the AY 2020-21. And what we are saying, deemed to be let out, not let out, because it is said it is self-occupied, but we are saying that as deemed to be let out. Here see here is saying deemed to be let out. See self-occupied. So this self-occupied will be considered as deemed to be let out. Okay. And here there will be no rent received or standard rent. There will be given only two things, MRV, FRV, whichever is higher, that will be considered as GAV. Okay. So deemed to be let out means we have to do all the calculations based on let out. We do calculation as per let out property. So we'll write first here gross annual value. I'm doing here only MRV or FRV. MRV is 90,000, FRV is 1,20,000, the highest is 1,20,000. So I'm writing directly GAV as 1,20,000. There is no standard rent, there is no ARV. You can directly write MRV, GAV is also 1,20,000. Next, municipal taxes. It is due, so it will be nil. Next, one is taxes, that is education cess. So I can deduct my education cess. So library cess. How much is library cess? It is paid. How much is that? That is 6,000. So I'm writing 6,000. Okay. One more confusion. This I am taking for the entire house. We should not take for the entire house. This MRV, FRV for the entire house. But we have to take deemed to be let out means self-occupied. How much is self-occupied? Half portion. Of this half we have to take into 50%. Means how much I'll get? 60,000. Again 6,000 half I have to take into 50%. 3,000 I'll get. 57,000 I am getting. Okay. Why we are doing half? This MRV, FRV is for the entire house. See this 90 and 1,20,000 is for the entire house. Half is self-occupied, half is business, means only half you have to take. Half of everything we have to take. Whatever we are writing here, the entire half you have to take. Half is business, half is let out. Okay. So we have to take half. Next, net we get what? Net annual value. That is 57,000. This you see. Okay. Next, deductions. First deduction under section 24. First one is standard deduction. At the rate 30% of what? 57,000. 57,000 into 30%. You are getting 17,100. 17,100. I'm writing here. So no need of doing half, because this is half only. 57,000 is half, and on that 30% you do 17,100 you get. Interest on loan. So let me see how much is interest on loan. Interest on loan is how much? 9,000 and pre-construction is 40,000. Okay, so this is date is 2016, we can consider. So interest on loan is 9,000, means we have to do half. Yes, 9,000 we can do half. So interest on loan 9,000. This is for the entire property, you have to take only half. Okay. Next is what? Pre-construction interest. That is 40,000 divided by 5. You get 8,000. Of this 8,000 you have to do 50%. 8,000 into 50%. You are getting 4,000. Okay. Now deduct 57,000 minus 17,100 minus 4,500 minus 4,000. You are getting 31,400 as income from house property. $31,400 as income from house property. Okay. So this is a problem which we have solved. 4 houses are given. First house is self-occupied, let out. We have done the calculation based on let out. It's easy. House 2 is what? Self-occupied. We know self-occupied property, there will be no GAV, no municipal taxes, no NAV, no standard deduction, only interest on loan will be given, that we have done. So loss we are getting in house property. Actually we get loss. And house 3 is what? House 4. House 3 is business income nil. House 4 is what? House 3 is what? Self-occupied. So self-occupied property we got loss. That is a different problem. This is a different problem. And Computation of income from house property, and that is a half. We have taken 50%. I'm writing 50% self-occupied, deemed to be let out. So we have done calculations. This we have done for the entire property. I have taken here half, and municipal library recess also half I have taken. And 60 minus 3, 57. From here onwards, this 57,000 you do 30%, 17,100, and 9,000. This is for entire house. You do half, you get 4,500, and interest on loan pre-construction you are getting 8,000, and that 58,000 is for entire house. You do half, you get 4,000. 31,400. So income from house property, we got 31,400. Easy, right? It's very easy. Separately you have to do. Okay, chali. So with this we have done the entire chapter of income from house property, and I will start the next chapter called capital gains from tomorrow onwards. Okay, chali. Do revision properly, and I'll send pictures also. Thank you.